2020 CCX Sports Hall of Fame show. This is the 17th year that we've honored athletes and coaches who made their marks in athletics here in the Northwest suburbs. Today we add 4 more, bringing our total to 68.
Things being what they are in 2020, 3 of our 4 interviews this year were conducted via Zoom. That allowed us to reach from California to Arizona to Iowa, and we're excited to bring you their stories. It's a great Hall of Fame class this year.
When our Hall of Fame special continues, she was fast as lightning on the track and on the basketball court at Hopkins. We've met 2 of our Hall of Famers in the class of 2020. Our 3rd inductee excelled in 2 sports during a championship-filled high school career. She is a multiple-time state champion in 2 sports and one of the premier track stars ever in the Northwest suburbs. We welcome 2013 Hopkins graduate Taylor Anderson to our Hall of Fame.
Me, my parents, my community, they put a lot into me, not only just track, but just in general as a person. So being inducted to the Hall of Fame is just another stepping stone for me, especially since I'm continued as a pro runner. So it's just good to come back home, Minnesota, it's a great place. So.
While she excelled on the basketball court too, more on that in a moment, Anderson's exploits as a sprinter for the Hopkins track team make her Hall of Fame worthy on their own. That includes 2 state team titles in her freshman and sophomore years.
Hopkins is, we took the, track to another level because we're known as a basketball school. So with us beating, becoming state champions twice in track, it's just kind of changed the dynamic at the school.
Individually, let's just say Taylor was a regular visitor to the medal stand at the state meet. She won back-to-back state titles in the 100 meters in her junior and senior seasons after placing 3rd and 2nd in 9th and 10th grades. She was runner-up twice and 4th once in the 200. And Taylor was part of 4 state champion relay teams, 3 times in the 4x100 and once in the 4x200. With her 4x100 team setting state records in her junior and senior seasons. And oh, by the way, her time of 11.71 in the 100 meters as a junior still stands as the state meet record. Probably her best day of high school track.
Definitely my biggest day. Junior year is very big on recruiting for colleges and everything. And me and my mom made a deal before the race, if I run fast, I get a car. So I ran fast, I got a car. So I got to drive around senior year, had a car, it was great. So that's good perseverance right there. And me and her make bets every once in a while. Kind of gives me a little push.
Here comes Anderson, this track speedster, layup good. And
as a basketball player, Brooklyn Park native Anderson put her speed to good use. She was part of 3 straight championship teams for the Royals in a program that paid a lot of attention to detail.
One day is just for defense. 3-hour practices, you're going to be ready by then. And then you have great leadership. So the kids that were there before are mentoring the kids that are coming in, the new kids, the rookies and things like that. So by the time they get older, they know what to do. So it's kind of a learning process for everybody. And then just great team chemistry. That's what, we're a winning mentality. We don't like to lose over at Hopkins, we're the Royals, so.
Better basketball player than people think. Connecticut was interested in her as a basketball player as well, but because she was going to Connecticut on a full track scholarship, they weren't going to let her play basketball in the winter. But she was very, very good, tenacious defender, high basketball IQ, and coachable as the day is long. It was truly a treat to coach that team with her.
Taylor was an all-state honorable mention pick as a senior and a 2-time all-conference and 2-time all-state tournament team selection. She's 4th in career assists for Hopkins. Which sport to pursue in college wasn't a clear-cut choice, although she grew up around track in her father Mel's AAU program.
See, that was the hardest decision I ever had to make in my life as a young kid going into college. Like, which one is going to benefit me more after 4 years? And UConn offered me 5 years, prestigious university. There's no more I can say, top basketball school in the nation. Their academics are great. They had my major. So that was a seal the deal for me. But picking track over basketball, I've been doing track longer. I've been doing track since I was 2. Both my parents ran track. Everybody in my family runs track. So kind of in my DNA,
Track did win out, and Taylor excelled at the University of Connecticut for 4 seasons, winning 3 conference titles as a team.
Junior year in college, I won conference, ran my best time ever on a broken toe, and I tripped out the blocks. So at that point, I was like, even for me to run my worst race of the year, I still PR'd and won conference. So at that point, I was like, okay. And my parents were there. They flew all the way down to Florida to see it, so.
Anderson's track career is still going strong. She turned pro and has hopes of competing for a spot in the Tokyo Olympics. The postponement due to COVID-19 was tough.
It broke everybody's heart. We were just waiting out, but I know it was in Tokyo, so I'm like, oh, that's probably not going to happen. But we were just ramping up, coming out of our indoor season, so we did get to run a couple of indoor meets in North Carolina, South Carolina. But other than that, we were just getting ready to go outdoor. We're about to run at the Florida Relays up in Gainesville at UF. That's usually our first meet. You get to see some of the top talents coming out of US because everybody lives in Florida, trains in Florida, so.
The time running in meets is only part of her life now, although that's going well too.
My PR'd last year, actually. I went 11:40, so I'm trying to go 11:2 this year. Trying to go 11:1 actually, so I can get signed to a deal. But I've been doing a lot of sponsorships with different companies like Jabra, headphone company, different protein companies as well. So I've just been working on getting my sponsorship up, growing my following on Instagram so I can become monetized. So I've been working with a social media company called Higher Marketing. So I'm not just doing track. I'm doing track, personal training, social media marketing. I have different multiple streams of income coming in right now. Because once track is done, what's next, you know?
Though she lives in Florida now, Taylor makes it back to visit her parents in Brooklyn Park pretty often. She's training with the goal of making the U.S. Olympic team in the 100 meters next summer. Time for our final break.